creativity. We get free, be me, work it effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the garden of good. Live, and love. In the garden, gonna dig big and trust. In the garden, gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. To the garden. Feel the love raining down on you as we get ready to give, live, pray, slay, all of it tonight in the Garden of Good. Welcome to the Garden of Good in my home. I'm Amy Steinberg in Asheville, North Carolina, and I am so happy to have you here with me tonight to cultivate good. Yes? Are you ready to cultivate some good with some creative expression, some joy? Yes? I think you are. The reading in the book Make Good this week was about meds, medication. So I thought, what's better medicine than a really simple chant that we all know? So we're going to start with a classic. So I know you know this, and you're going to sing it with me because you know it and because you need a little medicine. Here we go. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, yeah, I am so blessed. All right, we'll try it again. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. Again. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. On the count of 3, let's have a gratitude waterfall in the comment section. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. So type in whatever you're grateful for, but don't press enter until I get to 1. Think of something that you're really grateful for. We're going to do a little waterfall of gratitude in the chat section. You ready? When everybody said, well, I'm not ready yet. That was too quick. Come on, you can think of something you're grateful for immediately. And a waterfall gratitude in 3. A gratitude waterfall in 3, 2, 1, enter. Creativity, crystalline, going back to the pool. Grateful the move went smoothly. Wonderful new work, glimmer, somatic practices, husband. Look at that, all that flying through. Sunshine, flowers, health, housing forward, meeting my partner's amazing kids. Ooh, that's big, Jennifer. We're so happy to hear that. All right, well, hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. You know what this is, but in case somebody happens upon this video, I want to remind you what we're doing here. This week is week 34, and the topic is meds. These topics are brought from my book, Make Good, which I don't have a copy in front of me. Yes, I do. Cultivating Joy with Creativity, although I have a book cover on mine. Anyway, and every week there's a prompt. You all know all this. Of course you do. But I just like to remind myself and you what we're doing here. So we have quarters, right? Heart, mind, body, and soul. We're in the middle of, or at the end, we're at the last month of body. Just started today. Happy September, everybody. And For each quarter, we are picking a root and a fruit, an inner goal and an outer goal. You know that as well. We always remind ourselves to bring kindness to the table, to be open to be yourself, that everything is your choice, what we do, what we don't do. Your camera is even optional, and it is, everybody say it with me, confidential. Yes, it is. It is the body quarter, and even with a puppy strapped around my neck, we are going to do our opening stretch. Before do a little jaw massage as well, let's take two fingers back of your jaw and just slowly pull forward. We're not doing circles, we're just pulling forward. Let's do that a couple times. Breathing in. And one more time. And then we're going to just gently drop our right ear to our right shoulder. And then bring our right arm up and gently pull. Gentle. Breathe. Release the hand first and then allow the neck to come up and over. Lengthening, going the other way. Arm gently pulling. Breathe. Release the hand first and then let the head roll up. Let's look left and right. And down on your chin to your chest. Breathing and floating up. Oh, yeah. All right, it's idea time. What has this week brought you regarding your roots and your fruits? Well, for me, it's been Ollie. Ollie has been, it's funny because my original root was fun. And then my dog passed away and I wanted to change it. I wanted to change it away from fun. Well, I just got a puppy, so we're back to fun. We are back to fun. Look at that baby. And this baby is right here. You can say hi. Oh,
Hi,
eating
baby.
his bag. Don't eat that. And he's very good, except for when he wants to eat everything. And I love him. And it's been really more than a puppy. Like I actually did a talk on Sunday at a center down in Charlotte, and the topic title should have been "Get the Puppy." Get the puppy. And it's a metaphor, right? Because the puppy is the thing that's new. The puppy is the risk. The puppy is the unknown. The puppy is that new life, that new joy, that new idea. Look at the puppy coming out right when I'm talking about you. Right when I'm talking about you. You're going to have to calm down though, because we already went pee pee outside. He's so good. This is my puppy. He's so good. And I really didn't know what would happen if I got the puppy. And what's happening for me is my maternal instinct is being flexed. And I have such a maternal instinct. So this is really cool because I get out of myself, right? I'm not thinking about myself all day because I'm already my own product that I'm selling, whether it's my ministry or my music or my art. It's like maybe me. And this gets me out of my own head. And it is just such a joy. It's such a good baby. And the only reason he's in here with me is because AJ had to go out of town to do some doctoring down where she is from. Anyway, she just popped in though. Hi, honey. Your family's waiting for you to come take care of the puppy. But okay, so that's my update. I just wanted to tell you where I'm at right now. As far as my roots and fruits, it has to do with the Ministar, and Kansas City is up next. It's in a couple weeks. I've started to prepare. I'm adding some stuff to each of the songs I wrote for the show. I'm getting very excited about the show again. I took a break between like worrying about the show, thinking about the show. That's another thing. Like today, as we talk about medicine, we talk about, what are the biggest medicines for the soul. One of them for me lately has been rest or unplug or disconnect, right? So just check out Alex Gray, the amazing artist, drawing his vision of the soul and the body. Because when I think about medicine for the soul, because tonight the word meds was an interesting word for me to be thinking about with you. I kept thinking medicine for the soul, medicine for the soul. What does medicine for the soul mean? What is the soul? And I remembered that acronym that I had seen, something like space of universal love or something like that. And I thought, well, let's let everybody create their own. Look at, I love the spiral thing where it's like the energy coming down at the end there. It's very cool. There's something beneath the little r reality, right? There's a spiritual reality. There's an essence, an energy, a source, a force. And the medicine that feeds this soul are things like meditation, creation, celebration, connection. Amen. So our first creative expression tonight is going to be a chill pill. And you're going to be drawing your chill pill while you listen to my talk. So here's my chill pill that I did. And what I did, and Chrislyn, if you could possibly take a screenshot, it's not very good, but I'll tell you what it is. So basically I separated you know how pills have like the top and the bottom? I put at the bottom, I put the day, and I put the night at the top. So I made the stars and the moon. And then at the bottom, and I thought the chill pill for me represented nature, right? Like what is more relaxing? What is better medicine? Stepping outside and just being at one with the earth, whether it's in the day or in the nighttime. So I thought that you guys could start to draw your own pill with a top and a bottom, whether it's nature. You can take my idea of doing the night and the day or the day and the night, or you could make it completely different, make it your own chill pill, because that's what we're doing is we're having medicine for the soul as our talk, medication for the soul. It's just a little talk that I'm going to give you while you color your chill pill. Okay. So I wanted to talk about this idea of medication for the soul. And listen, I believe that medication is a gift. The actual medication, Western medication, when you break your arm, I mean, come on, yes, this is wonderful. We have casts, we have antibiotics, we have so many great medicines. But there's a medication that you can't get at the store, right? And it's the medication for the soul. It's inside of you, the medicine of the deep inner self. And you need to tap into that when you become along the spiritual path, because so many of us go through life in this way where we're kind of overdosed on fear and anxiety, bad news. Come on, it's everywhere. But we're underdosed on joy, peace, wonder. So tonight we're going to open our medicine cabinet for the soul. That's going to be our second thing, is going to be the medicine cabinet. But we're going to just ask ourselves, like, what's in our soul and what do we need? And what do we need? So the first thing that came to me is the hardest thing for me, which is rest. One of the most powerful prescriptions we can give to ourselves is rest. And I don't mean just sleep. I mean like where you stop scrolling, you stop driving, you stop performing, and you just breathe. Peace is the power at the heart of God. Peace is the power at the heart of God. Peace isn't passive, it's powerful, and it heals. And you can think about, it's so funny because we just hung a new TV not the new TV, but we got a hanger for the wall. And it was crazy. Like the sound bar wouldn't connect to the TV no matter what we did until what happened? Of course, the old story. We unplugged it, plugged it back in. It worked. That's like our nervous system, right? And our nervous system is like this pharmacy that's constantly dispensing adrenaline, cortisol, fight or flight, hormones, and we never give it a rest. And then it burns out. We get sick or something happens. But when you take that soul rest, whether it's a meditation, a walk in the woods, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, your spirit, it's a prescription strength dose of calm. I like to call it a holy nap. Take a holy nap. You're going to lay down not because you're lazy, but because you just need to heal up, whatever it is. Whether it's puppy time or what, exhausted. Oh my gosh, we had no idea how much time and energy I had no idea how much this puppy was going to take energy-wise, but the love is amazing. Which brings me to the next prescription, which is joy. Okay? Joy. Get the puppy. Joy is the vitamin C for the spirit. You cannot control circumstances, but you can prescribe yourself a little bit of joy every single day. That might mean doodling, singing in the shower, coming to Garden of Good, laughing until you cry. I love this quote from Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, who is a philosopher and very new thought. He says, joy is the infallible sign of the presence of God. And I'm gonna give my own confession right now. This week, I dropped my knees for the first time in a long time and asked God to remove my desire for harming myself. I'm not going to be specific about what it was, but it doesn't matter. I needed to surrender in a way that I haven't in a long time. And it was incredible what happened. I mean, I just felt totally different. So I guess part of me just feels like the presence of God, yes, it is in us and it is all around us, but it is also available to be called upon. When sometimes you feel like, of course we know we're God, we know we're divine, but sometimes we feel that disconnection, and I just need to ask, Spirit, I need you to remove this from me, remove this fear, remove this habit, remove this, I'm 3 or 4 days off sugar again, and I feel amazing, but it's very, very difficult. It's not easy to change our ways, to change our habits, to change our minds. It's not. I don't know, it can be, but for me, it's not. And the soul needs connection, okay? I am concerned for us, and I'm really, really glad that we're here tonight on this Zoom and that we have this community that we're meeting every week. And many of you have your churches, but we are not having enough physical human contact. We need it. We need it, not just the Wi-Fi, not just the TikTok and the sound bites and the Facebook. We need connection to the earth, to each other, to the divine. We're wired for this. When we're seen and when we're loved and when we're witnessed, when we belong, it is absolutely the strongest medicine there is. And when you hear the stories of people on their deathbed, what they talk about is their connections, their relationships, their friendships, their beloved ones, their family. And when you think about the times where you've just had people show up for you, listen, they don't fix you, they don't lecture you, they just love you, that is the ultimate medicine. So when the soul is weary, let's remember these medications: rest, sedative for stress, joy, a vitamin for the spirit, and connection, which is the antibiotic for our loneliness. The beauty is that this medicine is free. We don't even need insurance. You don't need a copay. All you need is the willingness to open that cabinet and take your dose every day. So ask yourself, what does my soul need right now? Prescribe it and take it. Because a healthy soul doesn't just heal you, it heals the world. And so it is. Of this. And then I'm going to draw it with you from scratch. Okay. So, Crystal, yeah, great. Awesome. Okay. So I thought we would make just a little medicine cabinet and how we would start. And I'm going to talk you through it. We're going to start with just a big square, just like we're making a big, medicine cabinet. And we are so sad that we don't have Lisa or who else was Joe Allen. They both said they were sorry they couldn't make it tonight. So just so you know, people are letting me know when they're not going to be here, but I know we love their art so much. So on the top, you can put meds for the soul. You can put soul medicine. You could put whatever you want. You can title this page. I'm going to put soul medicine on this one. Soul medicine. And then I made 2 lines in the center, which that would make 3 shelves, right? Because that would make the bottom a shelf, the middle a shelf, and the top a shelf. And then what I did on that original one was in that same color that I outlined, I just made a bunch of different shapes. I made like a box, which was like a pill bottle, or like, a little box, a little bottle, just different shapes. First, draw your shapes. And you can make a few. You could make just one big thing in there if you want. But the idea is that there's 3 or 4 on each of the shelves. And I'll just give you a minute to do that. And while I was doing this today, I was really in tune with the power of color, right? And I thought that if you're able to find a way to incorporate color into your soul medicine cabinet, that would be really cool. So, in other words, if I take one of my shapes right here and I color it red, right? Red is the color of the root, right? Your root chakra. What might red mean for you? It might mean passion. It might mean excitement. And so you'll label that something having to do with red for you. Could be love, could be, and what is that medicine that you take to heal your soul? Something like I'm going to put in on the red, I'm going to put puppy kisses, because that's like, love is red. And that's just an example of red. So what is at the root for you right now that is bringing you that medicine for the soul that you need when you're feeling run down, or you're feeling disconnected, or you're feeling overwhelmed by what's going on in the world, And then I'm coloring in another one of my little pill boxes, orange. And of course, the orange chakra is your creative chakra. So that's easy, right? What do you do creative? It could be the Garden of Good. It could be doodling. It could be, for me, it's sewing and thrift shopping, something creative, something that you do that's your instinct, your creative instinct. Think about what goes in your orange soul medicine box. I'm going to put thrift shopping. It's really like medicine for me to go thrift shopping. What is it for you? And now I'm going to move up to yellow, and I'm going to color in my soul, my soul medicine box yellow. And yellow is like your intuition or your gut feelings. Like, what is your medicine for that? And for me, it's definitely meditation. What do you do to medicate your intuition? Sometimes it could be your therapist, it could be talking to others, it could be singing in the shower, helps you tune into your intuition. Of course, as we're talking, I'm coloring the sides, making it a little more festive as I go. I'm just going to keep chit-chatting as we go, and hopefully it's not too much, but I'm going to move on to green. Green is definitely the heart chakra. I'm going to color 2 pill bottles green, and I'm going to put things that medicate my heart are, like James just said, for me, definitely laughter. What else medicates my heart? I would say nostalgia is a good medicine. What medicates your heart? And then blue. I hope I'm not going too fast. If I am, you can always work on it later. There's no pressure to get it all done tonight. Just showing you how I'm making my soul medicine cabinet. I'm going to make 2 blue because blue is your throat. That's your speaking words of kindness. That's your communication. What is the medicine for your communication? Deep listening, maybe. Or what, in general, when you speak about it, is it soul medicine for you? Prayer? Compliments? Connection with people? I was hoping for a lighter purple, but looks like I found a darker purple. So I'm going to color my last 2. I'm down to my last 2 in purple, which I always think of purple as the color of spirit. Purple, it's very, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, purple is the hardest color to make, like for dyes and such. It's the hardest to find in nature. If you walk around, you'll notice in your neighborhood, you'll be like, oh, there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Where's purple? It's the divine. It's the thing that is rare and unseen, but it is everywhere. Purple represents the divine to me. So what is the medicine that connects you to your divine self? What is the medicine that connects you to your divine self? Creative arts. You know, I just got a notification that there is a Jonathan Larson grant that I could apply for. Jonathan Larson wrote Rent. And why I tell you that now is because right here I have creative arts as my medicine for my spirit to connect me to my divinity. And it makes me nervous to apply for a grant like that. But at the same time, you know, I do live gig to gig. I live garden of good to garden of good, you know, on faith. I really am flying on faith in a financial aspect. So to think about like getting a grant and like taking myself that seriously to say, you know what, as an artist, as a musician, I deserve a grant. That's cool. That's a cool idea. So wish me luck with that. I'm going to do that tomorrow.
And nature.
Nature. You guys might have totally different ones than me. This is mine. And I'm just going to stay on here for a moment while you all work on yours. And if you guys want to unmute and share about another thing that I like to do, just so you know, I like to outline things in different colors and add different, if you're like, oh, I'm done with all that part, just add different colors, shapes, doodles to, um, you know, like embellish it, make it have a little bit more zhuzh, a little bit more. Maybe you add dots, maybe you add lines, maybe you add a 3D dimension to your boxes, like this, like my thrift shopping one I just did. You see how you do that? Gives a little depth to the box. So if you wouldn't mind unmuting and just popcorning your soul's medicine. Maybe say the color and then say what it is. Red, puppy kisses.
Art.
What color was your art?
Red.
Red.
Blue. Meditation.
Blue.
Blue prayer.
Prayer.
Blue music.
Orange touch.
Blue. Okay, what was blue again?
Blue is what you speak, your communication.
Thank you.
What helps you? What is your medicine for communication? Your throat chakra is blue. Sorry, who somebody started talking to? There's another person.
What did you say yellow was?
Yellow is your intuition, your gut, your sacral. Is that what it's called? Sacral chakra? I always mess that up for some reason. For yellow, I have meditation for intuition. Look at how cute my medicine cabinet is.
Oh,
Art.
okay. So I have my
Oh,
daily
I love-
practice. I have sending love. I have Spotify music. I
I
have
love that. I love that energy.
gratitude list. What is this one? Garden of Good,
Yep.
friends, and this is stretching.
I love it. I love it. Virtual medicine cabinets. Hey, what can I get? What can I get from Martha's medicine cabinet?
So for red, I put love, but then I added drums. But that was like I already filled up my
Are you a
cabinet.
hand drummer?
Yes. Well, I'm more of a dancer to the hand drummers.
Okay,
I
nice.
like dancing
Movement.
around. I don't know, things just went flying. Anyway, and then so red is love and drums. Orange is making, like making things with my hands. Yellow, I don't know why, but spiritual mind treatment came in for yellow, which is kind of interesting. I have to sort of ponder on that for a minute, but
It makes perfect sense. Sometimes
I mean, I guess
we
it
have to
does.
treat to like get the intuition going. And also
Yeah.
that's, they say treat from intuition.
Unmute. I'm excited. Yeah. As Charles Fillmore would say, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do what that which is mine to do, I think is what he said. At 94 years old, but we're not doing zeal today. We will do zeal, but we're not doing it today. Today we are doing understanding. which is one of my absolute favorite of the 12 powers. And the reason why it was the favorite is because it didn't click with me until it clicked with me. And so in the Unity movement, the 12 powers are associated with each of the 12 disciples in the gospel stories of the Bible. And so symbolically, Jesus represents the Christ that is within us. And then each of the 12 disciples represent an element or a power within us. And so the story or the symbolism is that we bring these powers into alignment with our higher self or our Christ potential. And the reason why I say all of that is because the disciple associated with understanding is Thomas, the doubter. And it's why this power is my absolute favorite because I realized it just clicked with me that it was my capacity to doubt that got me out of a cult. Really, I was in a cult when I was younger, and it was my capacity to doubt. It was my capacity to doubt that got me out of conversion therapy when I was younger. Which is, if you're not familiar with the conversion therapy, it's when they try to make LGBTQ plus people into whatever people assume is normal, right? And so it was the capacity to doubt that actually gave me the ability to understand my own identity and gave me the ability to understand spirituality at a much deeper level. And that's why I like this power so much, and why I like that it is associated with the disciple Thomas, because Thomas is known as the doubter. So I also did these powers. So there's like an order in which these powers normally are taught. I did them out of order for this one reason. There is a quote by Charles Fillmore in the 12 Powers that unites imagination, will, and understanding that I really love and I really thought was a, a, a really good quote for this group. And so I just want to give this quote. When the imagination, which is, we did imagination, or we did will, then we did imagination, now we're doing understanding. So this is a quote about all three. When the imagination is subjective and spiritual, and the will and the understanding are objective and alert, we have the creative artist. I'll say it one more time. Because I love this quote. When the imagination is subjective and spiritual, and the will and the understanding are objective and alert, we have the creative artist. So essentially, he's saying that when will, imagination, and understanding are all under the authority of our higher self, that is when we are at our creative peak. And so with tapping, what we do is we focus on some of the negative aspects of maybe what we're experiencing related to the affirmation that we're doing. So what I mean by that is with understanding, I focused on things like confusion or being overwhelmed with too much information. And when I think of understanding, I always think about it in terms of integration, because there's a lot of things that we might know, but we have not integrated. And understanding is really more about integration. For example, I know a lot of people that know all about affirmations, they know all about meditation, and they know all about all of these wonderful spiritual practices, but they haven't integrated them. So I would say that they might have some information, but they don't have integration. And so for me, this power, this ability of understanding is associated with our ability to integrate things. And so we will get started on the tapping. Oh, and if you want to know the body location, which I have shared that in the past, it is the front of the brain. It is right next to will. And so that power is right there. So we'll just start tapping, and I'll have you tap on the karate chop point and just repeat after me. Even though I feel confused and can't see how things fit together, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I sometimes feel overwhelmed by too much information, I honor how I feel and open to calm. Even though I don't yet see the bigger picture, I trust that deeper understanding is available to me now. There are so many pieces, but I don't see how they fit together. My mind feels crowded with information. I keep trying to figure it out, but it seems exhausting. I feel like I should already understand. My overthinking feels overwhelming. I want clarity, but it feels out of reach. Scattered ideas leave me feeling foggy. I allow myself to let go of confusion. What if confusion is just a sign that new understanding is on its way? Maybe the pieces are here, they just haven't come together yet. I don't have to force it right now. My mind can relax and allow space for clarity to emerge. Doubt doesn't mean I failed, it means I need integration. I can trust there's a bigger picture I can't see yet. I allow the scattered pieces to settle like a puzzle slowly forming. Understanding is already at work within me. I allow spirit to shine on what matters most. I welcome insight that integrates and organizes my thoughts. I see connections where before there was only confusion. My understanding grows step by step in perfect order. I don't need all the answers at once. Illumination unfolds in time. I can hold complexity with calm and clarity. Understanding brings harmony to my thoughts and choices. I live in clarity, integration, and spiritual insight. All right, take a deep breath and exhale with a sigh. So for me, understanding is more than information. Understanding is really about integration. It's not about just getting more stuff in our minds, but about allowing that stuff to go into our daily affairs, which is what this medicine work that you are doing throughout this whole meeting is all about. And I also wanted to close with my favorite Louise Hay affirmation, because when I feel like I don't understand something, I always go to this affirmation and it always brings me comfort and peace. And it is, everything I need to know is revealed to me, and everything I need is provided in the right time and space sequence. Meaning that if I don't know it, it's because I don't need to know it right now. It means God is doing something that I don't have to know the answer to right then and there. And I think that that's important for our understanding as well. So love you. Mwah.
Making an affirmation card. And this week, I remember to medicate with love, joy, and rest. So take a moment to make yourself a little card, because we now are having, oh my gosh, 30 something cards here. And while you're writing yours, I'm going to pull another one. Activated. Remember activation, the week of activation? That was a good week. Yeah, these can be great. These little cards can be great to remind us, to medicate us. It's another little medication that we have. I am really rocking the Rosanna Dana hair, and you'll be happy to know that I'm getting a perm tomorrow. So we're going curly again. I know my hair is really an important topic in the world. So I'm obviously joking. Okay. So I love you. I'm grateful. Please, if you can, give to this ministry. Think of this as a place to tithe. You probably have a center that you tithe to, but consider this, something that you tithe to. I am really trying to figure out what I'm going to do next year. I've got to decide, am I doing this again? How am I doing it again? I can't imagine not having these meetings once a week, but I just don't know if I can do a full year again, or how to do it. I might do a Patreon type of thing. I'm not sure. I've got to figure out how to. If you're loving this, if you want this, what you think, you guys can write me some notes about it and let me know. And in the meantime, I just thank you so much for your generous love offerings, and know that there is a law of circulation, and whatever you give, you receive tenfold. You will be surprised by it. It is wild. I remember when I first started to tithe, I was truly blown away. And I also, my ex-girlfriend was a financial wizard. And whenever I would go to her and I would say, I'm freaking out about money, she would say, put $1,000, if you have it, put $1,000 or $100, whatever it was at the time, in your savings account right now when you're worried. So give to the garden of good. Feels good. Appreciate it. Home play. I did put just a couple simple things, because here we are at the end of summer. So I'm going to get back to some more home play next week. But this week, I just want you to meditate a little bit longer and contemplate what medicine heals you. What are your medicines, your medications for your soul, and are you taking them? Are you under medicated? Are you over medicated? What can you do to give yourself that gift?
It is Medicine for the Soul by Omen Ninja. Prepare 2 words of affirmation. Take one in the morning and one before bed. When burnt out, worn and toasted, take a chill pill. Cool down your head. When proven wrong, swallow the bitter pill after nibbling on a slice of humble pie. It may go down rough, so take it slow and you'll be all right. Taste your own medicine before treating others. Don't lie. I learned it the hard way. When down in the dumps, laugh it off and pay no pieces of mind, because most of the time, a dash of humor is the best medicine.
Knowing that tonight was good for our soul, that the medicine that you needed was provided, that you were able to relax, to surrender, to let go, to trust, to have faith, to know that you are indeed exactly where you need to be. And I know that this power, this presence of love is through this garden of good. It has absolutely fed me tonight and every night. So thank you, God, each and every one of you as God. Thank you for your time, for your energy, for your love. And I love you. And of course, as always, stick around if you would like to hang out for a bit afterwards. And also, if you'd like to read the poem or do an opening prayer next week, let me know. I love you. Here we go. Play, pray, slay. In the dark, gonna make good today. In the dark, gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. I'm Amy from the GOG, Garden of Good Creativity. We get free, be me, work it effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the Garden of Good. Give, live, and love. In a God gonna dig big and trust. In a God gonna create.